Have you ever wondered how a small device in your hand can control your TV, sound system, or even your toy car? It's almost like having a magic wand that brings convenience and entertainment right to your fingertips. Remote controls are everywhere, and they make our lives so much easier. From changing the channel to adjusting the volume, these handy devices have become an essential part of our daily routines. With a simple press of a button, we can change channels, adjust the volume, or even open our garage doors. They offer us a level of convenience that we often take for granted. But have you ever stopped to think about how these magical devices actually work? What goes on inside that little box to make it so powerful? Remote controls have been around for decades, with the first ones appearing for TVs in the 1950s. These early models were quite different from the sleek, multifunctional devices we use today. Since then, they've become an indispensable part of our modern lives. We use them for everything from controlling our entertainment systems to managing home appliances. In this exploration, we'll dive into the fascinating world of remote controls and discover the science behind their wireless capabilities. We'll uncover the secrets that make these devices so effective. Get ready to be amazed by the power of invisible signals. These signals are the key to how remote controls communicate with the devices they control. We will be looking at two main types of remote control technologies, infrared or IR, and radio frequency or RF. Each has its own unique way of transmitting signals. Both technologies use different types of waves to send signals from the remote to the device. Understanding these waves can help us appreciate the complexity behind these simple-looking gadgets. Understanding how these technologies work can help you better understand the capabilities and limitations of your remote controls. So, let's get started on this exciting journey into the world of remote control technology. A remote control might seem like a simple device, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Basically, it all boils down to sending and receiving signals. Think of it like sending a message in a bottle, but instead of a bottle and a message, we have signals and devices. The remote control acts as the sender, and the device it controls acts as the receiver. When you press a button on your remote, you're completing a circuit inside. This triggers a specific signal to be sent out. This signal is like a coded message that tells the device what to do. For example, pressing the volume up button on your TV remote sends a specific signal that the TV recognizes as the command to increase the volume. The receiver, in this case, your TV, has a special component that can read these signals. Once the signal is received, the TV decodes it and carries out the corresponding command. It's like a secret language between your remote and your device. One of the most common types of remote control technology is infrared, or IR for short. This technology has been around for decades and is still widely used in many household devices. You've probably heard of infrared before. It's a fascinating technology that has a variety of applications beyond just remote controls. It's a type of light that is invisible to the human eye. This means we can't see it, but it plays a crucial role in many of our daily activities. But even though we can't see it, IR light is all around us. It's used in everything from night vision cameras to heat lamps. In fact, you're feeling it right now as heat. Whenever you feel warmth from a heat source, you're experiencing infrared radiation. IR remotes, like the ones we use for our TVs, send out pulses of this invisible IR light. These pulses are carefully modulated to carry specific information. These pulses are like a code, similar to Morse code, that carries the signal from the remote to the device. Each pulse represents a different command. Each button on the remote sends out a unique pattern of pulses. This is how the remote tells the TV to change the channel, adjust the volume, or power on and off. Think of it like a secret handshake that only your TV understands. This unique code ensures that your TV responds only to your remote. However, there's a catch with IR remotes. They require a direct line of sight to work. This means the remote and the device must be able to see each other. This means you need to point the remote directly at the device you want to control, and there can't be any obstacles in the way. Even a small object can block the signal. That's why you can't control your TV with the remote if you're in a different room or if someone's standing directly in front of the TV. The signal simply can't penetrate walls or other solid objects. The IR signal can't travel through walls or people. This limitation can sometimes be frustrating, especially in larger rooms or when there are multiple obstacles. Before we move on to RF technology, it's interesting to note that some early remote controls actually used sound waves instead of light. These were the precursors to the modern remotes we use today. These ultrasonic remotes emitted high-frequency sounds that were beyond the range of human hearing. They were innovative for their time but had their own set of limitations. However, these early models were quickly replaced by IR remotes, which were more reliable and less prone to interference. The evolution of remote control technology has been fascinating, leading to the convenient devices we use today. ERR technology may seem a bit old school now, but it still has its advantages. For one, it's a very simple and inexpensive technology to implement. This is why IR remotes are still widely used today, especially for devices like TVs and DVD players. Another advantage of IR is that it's less prone to interference from other electronic devices. This is because the IR light used in remote controls is within a very specific and narrow frequency range. However, as we've already discussed, the biggest drawback of IR is its line of sight requirement. This can be a bit limiting, especially if you're used to the freedom of RF remotes. Section 5. Radio frequency technology, beyond line of sight. Now let's talk about the other major player in the remote control world, radio frequency, or RF. This technology has revolutionized how we interact with our devices. Unlike IR, which uses light, RF remotes use radio waves to transmit signals. These waves can travel much farther and through various obstacles. Radio waves are a type of electromagnetic radiation, just like light, but they have much longer wavelengths. This difference in wavelength is what gives RF its unique properties. This allows them to travel through walls and other obstacles, making them incredibly versatile for various applications. RF remotes work by sending out radio waves at a specific frequency. This frequency is carefully chosen to avoid interference with other devices. The receiver, which is built into the device you're controlling, is tuned to that same frequency. This ensures that the signal is received accurately. When the receiver picks up the signal, it decodes it and carries out the command. This process happens almost instantaneously. One of the biggest advantages of RF remotes is that they don't require a direct line of sight. This is a significant improvement over IR technology. This means you can control devices from another room or even from outside. Imagine the convenience of adjusting your home theater system from the kitchen. RF remotes typically operate within a specific range of frequencies, usually between 300 MHz and 900 MHz. This range is chosen to balance performance and regulatory requirements. This range is regulated by government agencies to prevent interference with other radio signals. These regulations ensure that your devices work smoothly without disrupting other communications. You'll find RF technology used in a wide variety of applications, from garage door openers and car alarms to wireless keyboards and headphones. Its versatility is unmatched. Even your Wi-Fi network and Bluetooth devices rely on RF technology to communicate wirelessly. This technology is truly the backbone of modern wireless communication. The biggest advantage of RF technology is its ability to transmit signals over longer distances and through obstacles. This makes it ideal for applications where line of sight isn't possible, such as controlling devices in other rooms or outdoors. RF is also more versatile than IR. It can handle more complex commands and can be used to control multiple devices at once. For example, a single RF remote can be programmed to control your TV, sound system, and even your smart lights. However, RF technology isn't without its drawbacks. One of the main disadvantages is that it's more susceptible to interference from other electronic devices. This is because the radio waves used by RF remotes can be affected by other signals in the same frequency range, such as those from Wi-Fi routers, microwaves, and even cordless phones. Another potential downside is that RF remotes can be more expensive to manufacture than IR remotes. This is because they require more complex circuitry and components to generate and transmit radio waves. So, which technology is better, IR or RF? The answer, as with many things in life, is, it depends. Both technologies have their own advantages and disadvantages, and the best choice for you will depend on your specific needs and budget. If you're looking for a simple and inexpensive remote control for your TV or other home entertainment devices, then IR is a good option. It's widely available, easy to use, and generally reliable. However, if you need a remote control that can operate over longer distances through walls or control multiple devices, then RF is the way to go. It offers greater flexibility and convenience, but it can also be more expensive and prone to interference. As technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative remote control technologies emerge. One exciting development is the rise of voice control. With voice control, you can simply speak commands to your devices, eliminating the need for physical buttons altogether. We're already seeing this technology integrated into smart speakers, smartphones, and even some TVs. Another trend is the integration of remote control functionality into our smartphones. Many smartphones now come equipped with IR blasters, allowing them to function as universal remote controls for a wide range of devices. We can also expect to see more sophisticated RF-based remote control systems, with longer range, improved security, and advanced features like two-way communication and automation. Remote controls have come a long way since their humble beginnings in the 1950s. From simple IR remotes that could only change TV channels to sophisticated RF systems that can control entire smart homes, these devices have revolutionized the way we interact with technology. Understanding how remote controls work, from the signals they send to the technologies they use, can help you make informed decisions about which type of remote is right for you. As technology continues to advance, we can expect to see even more innovative and convenient ways to control the world around us with the simple push of a button, or even just our voice. The future of remote control is limited only by our imagination.